Hey Kathy, hey Colleen. I was going to try to come in a little bit earlier so we could chat, but I had to do something last minute for the files and I ran late. So I am going to copy this link here. I'm going to give you guys a couple of links here in the chat. Hopefully YouTube will post them. There's the first one. If not, I will give them to they will be live on my profile anyway, but I'm going to give them to my admin so that they can share them because they're not public on my profile yet, but they will be. And I'm about a minute early. So here's the second one. So if you guys can open those, it'll you can take a sneak peek. I will show you what we're going to be doing. All right. Let me make sure that we are posted up in Facebook and get my Facebook on. I go, ooh, it's time. I'm going to play the intro while I pull up my Facebook, guys, and we'll get started.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, happy birthday, everybody. Hi, Diana. Hi, Irma. Hi, Julie. She's watching over on Facebook. I'm trying to get my phone to sit where I can actually see it. Y'all hear my little sleigh bells? I have some sleigh bells. So this is our calendar. As usual, it's in the group, in the pinned post, and you can find it there. Hi, Swirly. Hi, Lou. Might take a minute or two for a couple of others to join us. If somebody could tag Tina, Kathy's already here. They've been having issues getting their notifications for some reason, and we don't know why. Hi, Laurie. Welcome, your first time. Laurie Lumbra, you guys give her a great welcome. She's first time here. Looks like we have to make 5 things today. Well, not really. I did some variations and a couple of things. I like to give you guys more than one option. So, don't forget, scan the QR code or go over to the group and check the pinned post there for the Crafter's Choice. One is drawing on the 8th. It closes on the 7th. You got to get posted up and entered in on the 7th. I think at midnight on the 7th, 11:59, something like that, Eastern time. So make sure you guys are doing that. I've seen lots of Crafter's Choice projects, and I have been seeing some AutoPress giveaway projects. Guys, get those in there. And you can also find both of those giveaways on the Cricut giveaway tab at craftingwithapril.co. Not com.co. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Kathy Brown. I have 2 Kathys. Hi, Phyllis. Yeah, it's in the 70s here. I'm in Florida, so It's pretty nice. Guys, make sure you're checking out the current sale. Remember that 12 days is going on, and there are some phenomenal deals in there. Make sure that you're taking a really good look. And don't forget to add cuties to your cart. Once it becomes eligible, it will kick in. You have to have $100 in eligible items for it to kick in and give you that extra 10% off and free shipping. If you're not using that code, you can use the free ship code. It should be DEC ship or ship DEC if you're not using that or your access free ship. So here's Design Space, and I did a couple of projects because I got some mixed signals somewhere, guys, but both of them can be gifts. And I thought the theme was making on a budget, and it came out today as gifting on a budget. But no need, because we're going to do both. We're doing both. 42. Ooh, that's cold. That's too cold for me, Kathy. So let's go over to home just so everybody knows how to get there. From your home screen, click on holiday. It's slightly different on mobile, but it's the same thing. You can click on the holiday little tab right there, and it should take you if you're on mobile. And today is the 4th day of making. Gifting on a budget, and it says make something on a budget. It doesn't say it has to be a gift, it just says make something on a budget. So I covered both bases, and we're going to make a gift and just some little craft items. They used a roll of vinyl to make some different gifts. So they use vinyl. We're going to be using vinyl, but we're also going to be using felt. So there you have it. We've got two great products from Cricut. I love their felt. So you can make exactly what they made, again, or you can make what I made, or you can make something all on your own. It doesn't have to be the same. Yeah, it's 82 and where Gail's at. It's nice here. It's nice today. So let's go over to my projects. And guys, don't forget, fill out your profile. You need to fill out your profile. This is how you're going to share your projects. And you want to come in there and add your photo, click on edit profile, tell a little bit about yourself, or just where you're from. You can leave it blank if you want, but you need to make it public. You need to have a photo in there. And then you can share your projects, and here's what we have shared. And here's my 3rd day of making. We did an ornament and a card with an ornament yesterday, and I'm glad I'm seeing a lot of love for that card in the chat. Make sure that you're giving it a heart here in Design Space, and that you're clicking on it and bookmarking it right here. So that way, if you don't make it today, you can make it later. And that's with any project. All right, so all of my days of my first 4 days of making will be in there. Day 4 is not there yet, but we're going to do one of them now because I've already taken my photo, and I don't want to forget at the end to tell you guys how to do that. So we're going to go over to my projects, and we're going to be making some candy canes that you can hand out for the office, on the job, or just for seeing somebody doing a kind deed, school classrooms, lots of things. It makes a really cute idea. And I have candy canes for the Grinch, and I've changed that one up a little bit. I didn't really like the way all of those colors went together. And then we have one that's a Santa bow. So we're going to be making those felt bows for those. Once you have your project done and you've taken your photos, you're going to edit project details. And then you're going to click here and upload your photos. Now, I've already got my photos in there, so I'm not going to do it. I may take another one and add it because like I said, I changed the Grinch up just a tiny bit. And so I may add that photo in there. And you can see I've typed in my description. You can put in a description or you can leave it blank. And my giant candy cane, guys, came to a grand total, felt and everything, for $1.06. And my Grinch, because that candy cane was a little bit less, came in at about 65 cents to make it fentanyl. Okay, so that's gifting on a budget. That's gifting on a budget at its best. But you also need to add your tags. It is very important. You can add any kind of tags you want down here in the Cricut library of tags, but you must, in order for it to count for the grand prize drawing of that $700 that Cricut's doing, you must add that 12 days of making tag. Make sure you put that in there, okay? And then once you have that in there, of course, if you change anything, whatever, you're going to save it. And then once you save it, you are going to come up here and make that public in Design Space. And it's going to ask you to make it public, and it's going to tell you that it's going to be visible. Now, nobody can see your account. I had a couple people that were wondering. Nobody can see anything on your account. And if you've uploaded anything into your project, you can still do this, but they're not going to be able to open it, okay? And it will appear like they can, but they can't. Make sure that you have not uploaded it. You have to use Cricut images in this 12 days of making. So once you've done all of that, it must have a photo. It must have that tag. The description, if you want, you can skip, but it's always nice to have some information in there. And then say, okay. And now this is on my profile. If you guys want to go ahead and open it up, you can open it up and follow along, or you can cut it later. So that one's on the profile already. So I'm going to click Customize. And you can see our little guys load up in here. And here is our little file. Super easy and simple. Now I tried to use all free shapes, guys, but I didn't have time to make that boot. Well, I tried. And after about an hour, I gave up because mine didn't look near as good as that one. And so I did use a boot in there. But if you want to make your own boot, the rest of it is all free. And on the Grinch one, everything is free except the elf shoe and the grass. But you can make your own if you want to make your own, or you can use the access image. Hi, Gail. Hey, Norma. So, super easy and simple, and everything on this was cut from felt except this little gold piece, and I cut that from Cricut craft board, and I used the gold foil craft board, and that's what I cut that out of. But if you have some gold craft foam, or if you have, you can do these from craft foam if you don't have the felt, okay? I just prefer the Cricut felt myself. So because it just cuts beautifully with my regular blade. I don't have any cleanup on, and I don't have any jagged edges and stuff. So super easy and simple file. The other file that we have, and I'm not going to make this one public yet, guys, because there's nothing really in there except 'tis the season, and that is image M1A, I'm sorry, M1AB O, that's an O, I think, 593D. So we're going to take it in and customize it just so you can see it. But if you search 'tis the season or holidays, or just start searching in the Christmas area, it's in there. And I sized this to 5.103 wide, or 3.5 inches tall. I really didn't focus as much on the width of it as I did the height, because I'm putting it on a tumbler, okay? And I cut this from the Cricut holographic sparkle vinyl. Yes, you can do also. Candy canes come in all sorts of colors now. So, Gail, you can do, there are so many things that you can do, but you guys will have the basic template on that. And so you will know the sizing and how to do that. And you can create lots of stuff. You can do some snowflakes, frozen, all sorts of things. So once I've got this done, I will be sharing this in the 12 days of making so that you guys can go to my profile and get it as well. But I don't want to make it public until my photo's in there. Okay? So I'm just going to pop over to the overhead and we'll get started. See, I told you guys I had sleigh bells. All right, let's start with our tumbler. Now, like I said, I used the red holographic sparkle vinyl on this. And I actually, mine cut a little too deep because I put it on more thinking I had a dull blade. And I had a fairly new blade. So check your blade before you cut. So I've already cut it, and like I said, I cut a little deep. You don't want it cutting your backing. Once you have it cut, remove all of the unwanted areas. And my camera just shut down, didn't it? Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not going to leave you in the dark. We're just going to do some swapping around. I apologize. I don't really like to use this camera because it really goes on autofocus, and I don't like that. So I apologize in advance for that happening, because it's going to happen and I can't stop it. Let me get you guys into position here. Yep, it's my fault. I'm just going to tell you guys it's my fault. I thought it cooled down enough. I left it on last night by accident, and it overheated. And so I had it off for about 30 to 45 minutes prior to our live. And how's that, guys? Can you see there? It wasn't enough time. It just overheated again. So, but we have a backup. We have a backup. Not a big deal. Somebody catch the troll. One of my girls is already on it. Thank you, Louise. Sorry about that, guys. So I just have some alcohol here. It's just in a pump bottle. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. And we're crafting on a budget because I know this is a stainless steel cup, and I got it at Michael's, but it was on clearance. So I got it for $2 because it had like a little bitty, I don't know, scratch or something on there, and I didn't care. But you can also use the clear plastic from Dollar Tree, things like that. Those work just as well. Just as well. Especially if you're gifting on a budget. Throw a few pieces of candies in it, maybe some of the paper shreds, and you've got a little tag, and you've got a perfect gift. Now, I didn't do a tag and all for this, but you guys can do a tag. So you want to clean it with alcohol first, and you see me, I've got a roly-poly going on here. Let me grab my handy-dandy little tray. I got this from my lovely admin, Sue. It's just PVC pipe, and it's crossed up in case you guys want to know. It just makes a cradle for your cups. And we're just going to turn that to the side so I can be on camera. So I've got that. I've got my transfer tape. Yeah, it's humid. It is. I always have a trouble doing that. I don't know why. I don't just go ahead and get my weeding tool to help me. But I try every time to do it without, and it never works out. I can never catch the edge. There we go. So I'm just going to peel my transfer tape back just a little bit and fold the paper backing back. And this is a trick. Oops, my light hit me in the head. Going to get my mat. I'm going to stick my vinyl on it. And I'm going to get my transfer tape. We're just going to bring that right on top. And then just pull this back. I think I missed a dot, but that's okay. I can add the dot later. I got it a little bit too low. So now I'm just going to get rid of my mat. And now we're just going to flip that over. And give it a good burnish. And then burnish the top because I'm working with holographic. And then I'm just going to peel back I'm just peeling this flat, guys. Peel this flat against. Now I'm going to leave that dot because there's no transfer tape there. There's nothing for it to stick to. I'll put him on there after. So I'm going to bring my cup around here, and then normally I would start in the middle and work my way out, but because this says 'tis the season and I have to stand up, I want to make sure that season goes on there straight, or straight as I can get it. So I'm going to start on that end and just lay it down, and I'm just going to roll my cup up around there. Okay. Give it a good rub. I can sit down now. I can't put vinyl on if I'm sitting down. Does anybody else have to stand up to do vinyl? Or is it just me? I think I got it straight. And then I'm just going to pull my transfer tape back. And this is the holographic sparkle. Now, it may lift up a little bit, but guys, if you let it cure, it will stick. I've got some on a cup, and I put it in the dishwasher, and it doesn't budge. But you want to give it a good 24, 48 hours before you wash it in the dishwasher. My tape is just really sticky on this very thin areas. Rub. Give it another rub. Always when you're live, that's when it wants to give you problems, right? There we go. There are really thin lines on this, but if you work with it, go slow, take your time. It will stay. As a matter of fact, after I waited a couple of days on the last one that I did, because people were saying it wasn't sticking, I tried to get mine off, and I couldn't get it off the cup. So, I don't know. You just have to work with it, get it on there, let it sit, but it will stay. My dot doesn't want to stick. There we go. And I'm just making sure that all my pieces are pressed down as I go, especially on these thin areas. You have to remember when you're doing these thin areas, the smaller your lettering and things like that, the less adhesive you have, okay? You don't have as much sticking power because you have less adhesive. But I'm just rolling that back, making sure it's all pressed. Get down there. My T, there we go. But you could see that these did fine, but the small areas, sometimes they're going to lift as you pull that tape off. Now you want to just make sure it's all pressed down. You can hit it with your hair dryer just for a few seconds to heat it up and then press down on it again if you want to. But I don't generally do that, and I don't have any problem. But it's gorgeous. Let me tilt that light back a little bit. My bright 360 is really bright. But you can see it's gorgeous, sparkly, and it will go on there. So, after I let that set, then I will clean my fingerprints off of it, and it will be very, very pretty. Okay? So, there is my $2 budget gift. And again, you can do the $1.25 cups. So, very, very, I'm going to try to clean my fingerprints off without damaging the vinyl. Let's see. Just so I can take a picture. There we go. So, fun on that one. Yes, it's very pretty on the silver. And I tell you what, Diana, I did a leopard print on a white cup with the gold shimmer vinyl. Oh man, that thing is gorgeous. And it goes in my dishwasher. I wash it in the dishwasher all the time, and the vinyl does not budge. Mmm, my extra dot. Thank you. I threw my dot away. Thank you for reminding me. I get that back out. Let's put that dot on there. We got to have that dot. There we go. It's on there. Thank you. Diana, you got me covered on that. Thank you, because I would have lost that dot. Now, super easy and simple fun. Guys, these things are just too stinking cute. Look at that. Now, this is the giant candy cane. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a pack, and they're $5.74 at Walmart. They're the Brock's brand, but these are jumbos. Okay, how stinking cute. So that's one. And then I'm redoing the Grinchy one just a little bit. I told you I put some white on there. And I've also did a lighter green on his feet for his fur. So there's my Grinchy one. And this is a Jelly Belly candy cane. This is like a watermelon candy cane. And they're 55 cents a piece, I believe it was. 52 or 55 cents a piece at Walmart. Okay? So super inexpensive. If you buy the packs of regular size candy canes, what are they? $3.89, $4 a box, and you get from 12 to 20 depending on what brand you get. So you can potentially make these for less than 20 cents a piece, depending on the cost of your candy cane. The candy cane costs more than the vinyl. I mean the felt. So, and make sure that when you're cutting your felt that you pay attention to how it's laid out, because I only cut one for a test, and then I went to cut my second one for today, and the way that it was laid out on my mat for cutting, I couldn't get an 11.5-inch piece, so I had to glue a piece together for today's tutorial, but you won't have to do that. Make sure that you cut all of them and get that 11.5-inch band, okay? We'll start with the Grinch one here. Getting my glue gun heated up a little bit here. It was on and I turned it off. But it's getting there. It's almost hot enough. So super easy and simple on this. The first thing I do, you've got a little bitty short piece in there, okay? And you can glue it to your candy cane. I did, or you can not. Totally up to you how you want to do it. But bring it about where you want it to be. And I just wanted my bow to be right below the hook, okay? And so what I'm going to do is just put, just a very teeny tiny small dot of glue and stick that to that candy cane. And, yep, bring it around to the front. Now it's cut long enough to be, that you can use it on a giant candy cane too. So if you want to make this piece shorter, you can definitely do that. And so we're just going to wrap that around. Try not to burn ourselves. It's all right if you want your seam to come to the front, okay? Your seam needs to come to the front because you're going to cover it with your bow. Then you're going to take this piece, and the first thing we're going to do is make our bow. And all I did was fold one side over and the other side over, kind of like an X, or a awareness ribbon. Okay, that's all you got to do, like an awareness ribbon. And then bring that center to it. Okay, and we're just going to tack that. We're just going to tack it with a little dot of glue. So I'm going to bring that in. I want it to be even. Make his legs even, and then tack that to the back. And then you can let that side go and do this one. All right. And then I pull that one loose and bring it up. Okay, so it's kind of zigzagged. Super easy. And I put my, now you can use a bread tie. You can use whatever it is that you have. I used wired ribbon. And you really don't need it, but it really helps. I just want to get that crisscross. You don't have to have it glued to the back yet, but you do want that crisscross. You want them even. Okay? And I'm just going to cut a tiny piece of this wired ribbon off. I'm going to bring it all together. And I'm going to tighten this down. The cross is going to go to the back, by the way. And so I'm just twisting this ribbon, twisting it down tight. Okay? And then I'm just going to cut that off at the back. So it's just like this to make a bow. All right? That's all we've done. Make that bow. Then we're going to get our yellow strip, and we're going to start. I'm going to do this way. I'm going to glue it to the front so I don't have a seam on the front. And how much of this you need is just going to depend on how tight you wrap that. And I'm going to wrap it around here to the back, and we're going to glue it around the middle. Put my thumb in it, and then bring this around. Stick. My tie came undone. That's okay. We're going to pull those little legs down. Let that sit for a second, get cool. So now we have our little bow. And now we're going to do the feet. And so just, you can put it on here, doesn't matter. You just need enough to get it to stick. And then we're going to do the other foot. Oops, put it on the wrong side. That's okay. So one on the top, one on the bottom if you have to. Doesn't matter because we have other pieces going on there. So we're going to put his little fur piece on his leg. I did that one out of a lighter green so that it showed up better. And then you're going to do the other one. And we're going to flip it over. And we're going to hide those two because you've got these little white ones right here. If you want to cut another green one for the back side, you can. I just didn't think it was necessary. I did it on the other one and it came out kind of thick. So we have those and then two more of the white ones. This is super easy and quick too, guys. The kids can do this if you've got a felt glue or a glue that they can use, or if they're old enough to do hot glue. Or you can do a low temp maybe with them. Low temp should work just fine. And then I stuck a little yellow button right in the middle. How stinking cute is that? And now we're going to glue it to the candy cane. All right. Glue it right on there. And the way I got mine opened up is I just put a little dab of glue right here and brought the felt back to it so that it gave it a nice finished look. So a little dot there, little dot there. We're just going to open those up like so. Get those legs pinched down. Let it cool. Let it cool, let it cool. Get all your little glue hairs off. How cute is that? So super fun for your Grinchy friends. A little something to say you thought about them. And then we're going to do the giant one. Basically the same exact thing. We just want our seam to the front on this one. So we'll make this one go, this one's going that way. We'll do this one this way too. Oh, why not? We'll do one going both ways. So we'll put a little dab of glue and wrap that piece around. And that's just to give us something to put our bow on so it doesn't slip and slide off of there. Yes, that gingerbread ornament was cute. It was very cute. And I've got it's wanting some glue in that glue gun. Okay, and again, we're going to do a crisscross, get his legs where we want them, and bring that up. And I'm going to do this one without tacking it, just so you can see. You can do it both ways. Depends on the way you craft. Got my cross to the back, so I'm going to bring in my wired ribbon, bread ties, whatever you have. You can also buy the twist ties at the store. So got that. Got my little bow going there for my Santa bow. And the reason I do that step first, guys, is so that when I do it, I haven't glued one of my feet this way and one this way. So you want your feet are going the same way on both. I'm just going to stick that glue. There, it didn't want to grab. And then we're going to put these. It takes very little glue. If you get too much glue, sometimes it shows through. So just be careful with it. I'm going to flip it over. I stuck my finger in that glue. Try not to burn yourself. But I'm getting very, very, very little glue on there. Just a teeny tiny bit, just enough to stick. And we're going to take this piece. Get it to stick in the back. That's a little long. I made my bow a little bit tighter than I did the other one, so I'm just going to trim it off so that it's closed in the back, not the front, especially on this one. On the other one, you're putting a button on, so it doesn't really matter. But with this one, your black piece is going to show through the hole in your buckle. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on it. And that's more than enough. I'm just going to stick it down so that the black shows through. I'll get the glue off of it here in just a second. Then we're going to put some glue right there on the back. And put it on our candy cane. And then again, I like to open it up just a little bit more, so just a touch of glue right there. And open up that bow. Let it dry. So how cute is that? Guys, you can add little tags to these, little jingle bells. Loving it. Here's the one with the same color. Here's the one with the different color. I like the different color better because it shows just a little bit better. Very, very quick, very cute, very easy, very inexpensive. So if you have a large group of people to give them to, maybe you're going to the, I don't know, the classrooms, Sunday school classes, senior centers, giving them out for kind deeds, police department. Police departments love these kind of things, guys, because they give them out to kids. They will take all of these that you give them, they'll put them in their patrol cars, they will give them out to kids. So, something fun you can do. Yeah, cruise, your cruise group, Tina? Uh-oh, Cheryl, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better soon. Hi, Loretta. So we have our cup, we have our candy canes. So lots of gifting ideas. You guys can gift and make on a budget very inexpensively. Again, you can, it depends on the candy canes you buy, but from 20 cents to just, this was $1.06. So, and I calculated the price of my felt. That's also going to depend on the price you paid for your felt. Does anybody have any questions? Do you have any design space things that you need ironed out? You need me to help you with any of your tools and how they work? Need to go over print and cut? Anything that you guys need? Anything you're having trouble with in design space? Let us know. We're here to help you. We're not here to just assemble projects. That's the fun part. But if you need help with anything in design space, you let us know. We're here to show you in person, on screen. So under $2 because this cup had a scratch on it. I got it at Michael's for $2 and pennies on the vinyl and pennies on the candy canes. All right, guys. Tomorrow is Monday, and we will be live at 1 o'clock with day 5. Day 5. And I will remember, as a matter of fact, I'm going to turn this other camera off right now so it can cool down. I'm going to make myself a sign that goes up on top of my computer that says, "Turn off your camera." So I will turn it off after my lives. Thank you, Colleen. I'm glad you guys like it. I wanted something that would be nice and easy for you guys because sometimes we get busy during the holidays, and I want to give you something that not only you can do that's quick and easy, but your kids can help with. So I just wanted you to know you could do anything. And guys, don't like they did on the 12 days. Don't forget you could put vinyl on candles, on photo frames, on shadow boxes. So whatever your budget is, you can craft on a budget. You need to make yesterday's and today's. Marianne's already made yesterday's. Hers came out gorgeous. I knew using some of the holograph or glitter I think was my suggestion, would be really pretty, and it did come out very, very pretty. Hi, Angela and Denise and Tori and Angel and Peggy over on Facebook. I'm glad you joined us today. But don't forget to check all the days. I'm going to pop over here to Design Space before I sign off. And first I'm going to take a photo of my cup, and then we'll post that up. I may have to change the photo, but that's okay. I'm just going to take a temporary photo here. If it doesn't come out well, then we can change it. And I'm going to crop it, edit. And then you guys can see how we load our photos. All right, so now here we are. I'm going to come over. We finished our project, and we're going to click the title, edit the project details. We're going to upload a photo. I'm going to select my photo there and open it. And it's got my "'Tis the Season." And we'll put in a description. We use the Cricut vinyl holographic foil. Holographic foil, is it holographic sparkle foil, or it doesn't matter, foil sparkle. And I didn't spell sparkle right. You can always go in and edit. And I got a T in vinyl, which doesn't have a T. I'll take that out. There we go. I'm a crafter, not a typist. Make sure you get that 12 days of making. You have to type in 12 and it will pull up. Because I already had it in there. Let's take that out. Type in 12 and you'll see the 12 days of making. Add it. It's a must if you want to be entered in the drawing. Click save. Your photo will be in there, and make it public in Design Space. And now we can copy that link, and we can take those and we can post them into Facebook, into the groups, and make sure that you have your tag. So we're going to do both of mine here. I'm going to start with the first one. I'm going to bring this over so you guys can see it. Now my Facebook will look a little different. And let's see. I'm going to paste. There's my link. And I'm going to say day 4, hashtag 12 days of making. Right there. Just make sure I don't have any typos. And gifting or making on a budget. So that is mine, and I'm just going to come over here, and I knew that was going to happen. Facebook does weird things to me. Hashtag 12 days of making. Day 4, and it was gifting or making on a budget. It doesn't like to let me copy and paste for whatever reason. Let's get that X out of there. Facebook doesn't like me sometimes. And so we're going to post. So there's the first one. And then I'm going to also post it in the Cricut Crafting with April group. You guys do not have to do that. But you can, if you would like, post it in both groups. And there's that one. And I'm going to slide this window out of the way, and I'm going to go over, because I did 2 projects. You can only get 12 entries, guys. So if you do multiple projects like I am, your first 12 are going to count. So I'm going to go over to my projects, and I'm going to go to this one. I've already turned everything on and shared it, so I'm just going to get my link. I'm going to copy that link, and we're going to come over here and paste it. And again, got to have that hashtag 12 days of making, and day 4, making. And making on a budget. Now let me copy that again, and we're going to post that one, and then we're going to do it in the other group. And there we go. Done. Super easy and simple. And guys, make sure if you haven't put them in I Organize, and so I'm going to select these 2 projects. Select them. I'm going to hit next because I've already made it, and I'm going to put those into my 12 days of making. I don't want it in cups. Not yet. And so I've got it in my 12 days of making. So if I go into there, you can see all of my projects that we have done. We did 2 cards on day 2 in the same file. We did our lollipops just like they did. Yesterday I did 2 files, and today I did 2 files. So they're all there on my profile should you need them. Just look up my profile. Everything is there. Yes, I am posting to Facebook, Loretta. I don't think that's a qualification, but I'm asking all of my members to post into the Facebook group so that we can see their versions, what they did, if they made any changes, and what they did to improve the files, all those kind of things. Yes, make those categories. Use those categories, guys, in your collections. All right. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you at 1 o'clock tomorrow for another surprise file. Happy crafting, guys.